All right, guys, it's 8 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get started. Before we start and go over what we're going to be, covering tonight, I just want to send out a few quick reminders. Again, this is a weekly webinar. We're going to be talking about different topics every single week. Actually, it's a 12-week webinar series. So this is, I believe, week 7 of our 12-week series. And then after that, we'll either do a bi-weekly webinar or we will just record videos and upload them. But we will let you know what happens from there on. During the webinar, if you have any questions, feel free to send them in your question box. And just because I'm actually running these on my own, I won't be able to answer them in real time. However, I will stay on at the end of the webinar and make sure to respond to every single question that gets submitted. So go ahead and send questions as they come up, and just don't be worried if I don't respond to it right away, because I couldn't possibly do that and conduct the webinar at the same time. Recorded webinars are being made available on mawc411.com. What you'd want to do is go to the training and support section, and then scroll down to webinars, and you can see those. So far the previous 6 weeks are uploaded, and the PowerPoint from last week is also uploaded, which gives you a breakdown and a comparison of all of the different website solutions that are out there. So that was really, really cool. I am working on getting some of the other PowerPoints uploaded as well. I just need to make sure that they're approved to go ahead and upload before I do that. So as soon as I have that approval, I will be sure to make it available to you right away. In the event that the webinar does not record properly, we'll go ahead and upload a PowerPoint or do something, comparable. So actually, next week, our webinar will not be called Leveraging the Shopping Annuity. That is what this week is all about. Next week, we will make that announcement for what the topic will be via our Facebook page and our blog, okay? So this week, what we're going to be talking about is leveraging the shopping annuity. So what is the shopping annuity? That's talking about how do you get your website customers to build ROI with you? How do you get them to be on shop.com? So to teach you how to do this, I'm going to go over some specifics. Now, in week 2, we went over some basic business building techniques, and one of them was transitioning website customers into shop.com. And that was, it was briefly touched on for about 5 minutes. And I gave you the basic overview of what you should be, shooting for. But this week, my goal is to give you some really specific things that you can say, really specific questions that you can ask, really specific deals that you should be bringing to your website customers' attention. Because here's the thing, you guys, it's really valuable for you to do this. It's not, obviously it's valuable for you to go ahead and build ROI, which is return on your investment, just build share of customer by having customers now shop on shop.com. But more than that, you're building a long-term relationship. You're building trust. You're building rapport. And that really turns into more website customers for you because of referrals. So to talk about this, we're going to talk very briefly about how to do this just as yourself, as an unfranchised owner yourself and with your team. I'm going to go over with you. Like I said, this part will be brief because this is just a coaching session. The golden rules for using shop.com, how to make your home an MA household, and why this is important, because you need to understand your site so that you can make quality referrals. If you're not using shop.com, I promise you, you will never, ever, ever consider sitting down with a website customer and trying to get them to use it, because you're going to be insecure about it. You're not going to know anything about shop. So how the heck would you have enough confidence to sit down with a customer and talk to them about it? So I will very briefly, for about 10 minutes, talk to you about that. And then we're going to talk about how that positions you to actually leverage the shopping annuity with your website customers. I have a 5-step approach that I use, and I've used it over and over and over again. And it's not only helped me to get my website customers to become preferred customers on shop.com, but more than that, it's even given me a really great introduction to show them the business plan. And we're not going to talk more about that tonight. I want tonight to be all about how do you get website customers to shop on your website, on your shop.com site. But just know this. it's a very, very valuable technique that you should absolutely put time into to trying out and to getting great at and to talking more about, because I'm telling you guys, we have found our best distributors in our organization by doing this, by getting our customers to shop on shop.com and having them say to us that simple question: wow, you have this amazing website. How did you get involved with this? How did you get this website? And that opens up the door to do all kinds of other things like show the plan and talk about the business. So I have a 5-step approach. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about when it's appropriate to go ahead and bring your customers to shop, right? It's a delicate situation. You're, as a web center owner, you're dealing with B2B, business to business, and you want to make sure that you're not just throwing up all over your customers, right? And it's true for no matter what you're majoring in Market America. But you want to make sure that you are, nurturing and growing an existing solid business foundational relationship, and then from there you transition that to grow it into something more. And there's a process for that. Then we're going to talk about how do you identify stores that your customers already shop at. I'm going to give you some that guaranteed they shop at. Then we're going to talk about how do you identify a need with that. So how do you then go, okay, well, if this is the need, here's the solution for that, and then go ahead and sign them up as a preferred customer. Then we're going to talk about following up and showing them more exciting stores and opportunities and asking them for more recommendations and lots and lots and lots of great examples for stores. So before I even do anything, I just want to say right off the bat, thank you to Jason Barter, because he's out from Wisconsin and Massachusetts. Right now, he's doing a product show for us for our group in the Northeast, and he and I got to hang out with Gary Rogers on the mountain, having coffee and working on some of these deals. And he shared with me some of his favorite deals, and that was really cool. So I want to say thank you to him, because a lot of the deals that you're going to see, especially at the end of here, are deals that he brought to my attention, and I'm going to totally use those when I'm talking to my customers. So that was really cool. So let's get into this. Leveraging shop with yourself, with your team. There are some very, very basic golden rules. Okay. Number one rule is this: you, as an unfranchised owner, have to be using shop.com to do your shopping, right? That is just business 101. If you own shop.com and you own this way to recycle your money and to earn money for things that you already do, right? You have this shopping annuity, then you need to be shopping at shop.com. Now, to do that, one of the things you're going to need to do is you have to become more familiar with your site, right? You have to become comfortable with the actual stores that you like. So I always like to just start with that. What stores do you like to shop at? Write them down and find them on your website. I think that's really the only way to start when you're dealing with shop.com, right? Because I'm sure that you'll agree with me that it's an enormous website. There's 3,500 partner stores. And if you think that you're going to get familiar with the website by browsing every store that we have from A to Z, you're wrong. You'll totally get overwhelmed, and you're not going to know where to start. You're gonna get sick actually of doing it, and you're basically never going to finish because it's a big undertaking. So it's more valuable for you to just sit down, figure out which stores that you shop at, find them, locate them, and figure out, like, is this a better way for me to shop through these stores, right? Now just take a second and think about this. If you yourself are overwhelmed by the enormity of shop.com because you're not, you haven't identified your few favorite stores where you're going to start, how do you think your customers are going to feel? How do you think your potential website customers that we're going to try to introduce this shopping opportunity to, how do you think they're going to feel if that's the way that you're going to present this to them? I am a huge believer in simplifying and identifying some basic things and starting small. In fact, if you're running on my fast track right now, you'll know I just don't believe in doing things big. I believe in doing things small and consistent, because that is what, turns into big. So by starting small and identifying a need and identifying a few stores that you like, that will get something happening for you in your business. And then from there, you'll start to you discover other stores just by habit, because you're on the site shopping more often. So let that happen. Let that be the natural process that unfolds for you. And then I want you to do this. You need to all have downloaded Shop Buddy. There's 200,000 distributors in Market America, and there's been about 10,000 downloads of Shop Buddy. Now, 10,000 downloads is great, but when you see, we're going to talk about this in detail later, why, how powerful Shop Buddy really is for you and Shop.com. You're just not going to know. You will have no reason to not download this. And by the way, that's another big thing. When we talk about how to transition this into your website customers, when you're talking to website customers and they list out for you a few stores that they like to shop at, likely they're going to be kind of, thrown off even by having to go through your site first, right? I don't know if you guys have ever gotten that objection where, well, if I want to go to Target.com, why do I have to go to shop.com/Sarah Stack and then find Target.com and then be redirected there? Why can't I just go to Target.com? Well, ShopBuddy fixes that. ShopBuddy gets rid of the need for you to have to go to shop.com first. And that to me is a game changer. That is going to make transitioning website customers and customers in general to go to shop.com so much easier and more practical and more doable. All right. And we're going to talk a little bit about making your house an MA house. I can't wait to show you the spreadsheet that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on MAWC. But it all comes down to this, you guys. By using the site yourself, using your own product, you will be able to make better referrals to your website customers. And it's all going to be because you're going to develop confidence and you're going to be comfortable talking about the site. You will never be comfortable talking about shop.com if you don't use it. You'll never be successful using this technique to get your website customers to shop on shop.com if you yourself are not your best customer. So it all, like, that's why I chose to start here. Is it's not, I know that it doesn't have a lot to do with transitioning the customer, but I really truly believe that step one in doing this properly is being a good customer of yourself. And that's really, really important. So are you a good customer yourself, or do you have some work to do? I don't know. You need to figure that out and go ahead and build from there. So let's talk about using shop.com. Number one, I want you to make a list of your top 10 favorite stores that you shop at anyway. And they don't have to be online stores like that you even know about. I just want you to pick 10 stores that you know that you shop at over and over and over again. And then I want you to look and see if they're on shop.com. So for me, it was ASOS.com, Shoe Dazzle, Macy's, The Gap. My kids love Abercrombie and Fitch and Aeropostale. I shop at Stop and Shop, Sears, Home Depot, and I don't even know, like Old Navy. So I write down my list of my top 10, and then I go and I find out that literally 9 out of the 10 stores that I shop at all the time are partner stores. Now that's a game changer, because now that I know that, I can then figure out what it was going to take for me to transfer my buying, right? So what is it going to take for me to take those 10 stores and the shopping I'm already doing there and create a new habit so that I can buy that for myself first? A lot of these stores make it super, super easy. Like, for example, did you know that if you buy from Home Depot through yourself, you can buy it and it'll literally be ready for you to pick up 30 minutes later? I mean, that's huge. That store is enormous. And I don't know if you've ever been in a Home Depot like most people have, but those stores are so big. They are so overwhelming. It's literally like you get dumped off into like 3 acres worth of stuff. And I think it's really cool that I can buy stuff for myself and have somebody go pick out all my product and have it waiting at the cash register for me to pick up when I get there. I love that. Also, don't forget about things like drugstores, clothing, groceries. You guys have no idea how much of the little things that you could just be saving money on every single month and earning money on. And what that would mean if everybody in your organization actually did that. You guys, the business plan, the magic in the plan is the multiplier, right? So if you're doing something really great and you're shopping through yourself and you're getting all of your consumables through yourself and you duplicate that, all that happens is everybody makes more money and faster. So just commit to that, okay? Recycle your money. Use Shop Buddy. And again, you'll never miss a deal with that. We're going to talk more specifically about that in a little bit. But you have to commit to getting comfortable with your site. So the way to do that, guys, is to simplify. And like I said, just create a list of your top 10 stores and make it easy. Because otherwise, I'm telling you guys, 3,500 partner stores to sift through, you'll just never do it. you'll just, a year will go by and you'll go, oh gosh, I really meant to get comfortable with my shop.com site, but I never had the time to. Well, of course not. You never will find time to sift through 3,500 stores, but you will find time to identify 10 stores that you shop at anyway and find those. All right. Number two, make your house an MA house, right? Start with one room at a time. I don't know if you guys were at International Convention, but I loved when Mark Ashley was up on stage and he was talking about the concept of, gosh, don't be a trader. Don't throw your dollars away and buy things from other people. Buy stuff from yourself. Well, that's really great. But again, I believe in just picking a smaller project, one project at a time, so that you can actually do it, plan it, and finish it, and then move from there. So pick your kitchen and identify everything in your kitchen that you could be replacing with other products, right? When you do figure out what products you do buy, and maybe some of those are not MA branded products, maybe they're products that you're going to buy from drugstore.com or alice.com or some other store through our website. Go ahead and create a My List on your shop.com site by simply logging in as your preferred customer. So you log in yourself as a preferred customer, you click on My Account, and then you find My List, and then you can see all of your favorited items. And that just makes it really easy to continuously reorder products that you use all the time. So for things like consumables, those are things that you just buy every month, right? You buy toilet paper, you buy paper towels and soaps and things like that, right? So if you're going to buy those kinds of things every single month, it can get kind of annoying to go back every single month and create a new list. So what we've done is we have this new feature called My List where you can just save that list and click which products you want to reorder and have it happen with a click of a button. It's awesome. You can add all kinds of products to My List, partner store products or MA branded products. And you could teach your team to do these things so that they can also automate and save time, which is really, really important, right, guys? Because technology isn't meant to like give us something where the learning curve is so huge that it's a time suck instead of a time save. You want to be saving time, and that's what My List does. And so that they can also transfer their spending. And like I said a little bit earlier, that is what the plan is. It's all about the multiplier, getting everybody to do their part. So the home shopping list is my favorite way of doing this. So I want to encourage you guys to do this. Our team does this as well. Basically, it's a spreadsheet, and all of our business partners do this. So what's really cool about this is when we talk about, oh, make your house an MA house, what happens is there's so many branded products to choose from, especially new business partners. They don't know which products to try, right? So what we did was we created a spreadsheet where they just simply click off all of the products based on what room you are in your house so that they can choose to do one room at a time. Like I said, just start with your kitchen, just start with your bathroom, start with your living room, start with outdoors, whatever you want to do. And then once they click all of the things that they buy on a monthly basis, it will generate a list of recommended MA branded products along with telling them how much potential BV would be generated and how much potential IBV would be generated, right? I'm going to make this spreadsheet available for you guys on mawc411.com. When I upload the PowerPoint and the video, I will also upload this spreadsheet for you to use. But again, you guys, get this, if you want people to use your shop.com site, you must be using it too. If you want people to try your products, you got to be trying your products. Here's what the spreadsheet looks like. It's very simple. Do you use, here's the kitchen. Do you use dishwashing soap, souring cleaner, stainless steel, disinfectant, hand soap, etc.? And then once you click all these down and you say how many you buy, you click Now Really Inspire Me, and it tells you how much, what products to try and how much BV or IBV you would have generated. Pretty cool. So here's the 5-step approach, right? Um, because you are being a product of the product, and because I'm a product of the product, and because I shop through shop.com all the time, when I talk to my website customers about becoming a preferred customer, it's very natural for me. It's very easy, and it has nothing to do with the fact that I I don't know that I know a ton of information. It's just as simple as, well, I use it. So I use shop.com. I use my products. I shop through myself. So when I'm talking to other people about that, there's nothing to memorize. There's no script to memorize or anything. I'm simply sharing an experience. And you guys, I think that that's always going to be more powerful than anything you can memorize anyway. Think about when you go to an HVP. When you go to an HVP and you see the products overview, do you remember the science behind the product, or do you remember the story or the testimonial? So that's really important. Just be a product of the product, and this will be easier for you. And it boils down to these 5 steps. Step 1 is all about you. You have to use shop.com and you have to know what's on it, right? That's just number 1. That's why we just spent some time going over what you should be doing. Step 2 is about positioning yourself and knowing how to introduce shop.com to your website customers. Like I said earlier, it is a delicate situation. You want to make sure that you're transitioning people in a intelligent way and at a good time. You don't want to rush things, and you want to make sure that it makes sense, right? It has to feel real to you. It has to feel natural. It has to feel organic. Step 3 is asking the right questions. I'm going to give you some questions to ask. And step 4 is all about simplifying it for your clients by personalizing it, by making it easier, right? So just like I just asked you to identify your top 10 stores, I'm going to show you how you can simplify this for your new potential preferred customers by talking to them about places they already shop and going over some basic deals to pique their interest. And step 5 is all about following up. It's about building ROI, building share of customer, getting them to try new things, asking for permission to stay in trust, building rapport, and most importantly, that long-term relationship. You guys, another really big thing that I found about using this technique was not only did transitioning my website customers to shop, not only did that beneficial to me because now I have more preferred customers on shop and now we have more trust, but it keeps the relationship open, right? It gives me permission to talk with my customers more often about stuff that's going on. So what does that mean? Well, the customer number 1 stays more loyal to me. They don't want to consider switching services or whatever. It's just a really nice value added service. It's a nice rapport. It's a trust. It's a long-term relationship. And then also when my customers are, running into other people that might need a website in the future, they have a great relationship with me. So they don't even think twice about it. They make that referral and I get a lot of website leads from my existing clients. And a lot of it is because I keep the relationship open. It's an open door. We talk about this kind of stuff. When I call them, I make sure they're taking the product, which basically in my brain means, are you calling tech support? Are you using your website? And I ask them about how shop's going, things like that. Those are the kinds of questions I do. I am a shop.com shopping consultant. I am a customer manager just like everybody else. I am not a web designer, right? I set appointments and I build relationships. This is one great way to build really awesome relationships that ties everything together really nicely for us as unfranchised owners. So, when you want to start thinking about transitioning your customers to shop.com, the first thing you need to do is just get organized, right? I need you to think about all of the clients that you already have. Have you yet introduced them to shop.com? It's a great way to build rapport. It's a great value added service. Then I want you to think about all of the potential customers that the timing wasn't right for them to buy a website, right? Maybe they attended a website appointment, but they're really not ready to make a decision for the next 3 to 6 months for whatever reason. This is another great way to reconnect with them and get back in the door, right? So let's say you set in a website appointment last week and the timing wasn't right and they're not going to make a decision until January. Well, one way to not lose touch with that potential website customer of yours is to call them up and talk to them about shop.com and talk to them about, the shopping annuity and holiday online shopping and whatever. I'm going to tell you specifically what you need to say so that it's not weird. But one of the really powerful things about that is it keeps you in touch, right? It keeps you in the door in that 3-month interim where they're not ready to make a decision and you guys have a strong relationship. You've been busy building a relationship with this person while they're not ready to make a decision. So when they are ready to make a decision, guess who they're going to think of? They're going to think of you because you're the one that's in touch with them all the time anyway. All right. So step 1 is getting organized. Who are you going to approach? Step 2 is making that action plan to approach these people. So remember, number 1 and foremost, you are an internet entrepreneur, right? You're a web center owner, right? But you're also an internet entrepreneur. You own part of shop.com. And what's really nice about web centers is that by nature, all of our clients trust our recommendation when it comes to online opportunities, right? It's an easy transition to open that door about other online opportunities because there's that natural trust. And I may not have a lot of background in website development, but I know a lot about how to help a small to medium sized business owner leverage the internet by just simply setting an appointment and getting them a better online presence. And because I can do that for their business and I can help them leverage the internet by just leveraging the MA Web Centers team, they trust me and they will take my referral of shop.com a lot more seriously than if it was somebody else. So once a site is complete, now this is really, really important. If you sold a website and it is now completed, it has been launched by the design center and they are live, that is a good time to start talking about shop.com. Or if you're going to be following up with somebody in the interim, like the example I gave a few minutes ago, where let's say you showed a website appointment, they were not ready to make a decision, but there's going to be 3 months in between. This is another great time to start thinking about transitioning your potential customers or your customers into preferred customers of shop.com. So what I say is, John, in addition to helping businesses like yours leverage the internet, I'm also an internet entrepreneur. I have another website and it could help you never pay retail again on a lot of the stuff you're already buying anyway to run your business. So I just start with that very, very basic stuff. I simply just, acknowledge that we do business together or that he respects my position in the community as someone that helps businesses leverage the internet. And then from there, I just talk to them about never pay retail. I don't say, oh, we are partnered with 3,500 stores. I don't say, oh, and you can earn cash back. And I don't think people get excited about cash back. I don't. I really don't. I think some cash back opportunities are really huge and some people will be excited by that, but I think the ability to shop smarter and to save money is more exciting for a business owner. Why? Because business owners are always looking for a way to increase their revenues and cut expenses. So I try to talk to them in terms that will be valuable to them. Never pay retail, cut your expenses. You're already buying this stuff anyway. And then after I go ahead and establish that, that foundation, I ask some more unique questions about their business. So here are some of them. Where do you buy all your office supplies? All right. Where do you buy your materials for your business? Do you take clients out to eat? Do you guys ever travel for work? Do you run contests in your office for sales or maybe for your employees or for your customers even? Do you shop online at all? Now, these are some basic questions that I ask, but like, what are you thinking when I ask these questions? Do you buy your office supplies? We have like 10 million options for them to buy that stuff through us. Where do you buy your materials? Like, if I'm talking to a contractor, most of them will say Home Depot or some store like that. Do you take your clients out to eat? Automatically, I'm thinking of restaurant.com. Do you travel for work? Okay, Cheap Caribbean, Travelocity, all MA Travel, all of that stuff. Do you run contests in your office for sales? I'll talk to you about some really specific ideas, but a lot of offices will run sales contests where whoever sells the most will win a free trip, or maybe they will win a TV or an iPad or whatever. And they'll even do that for their customers. Do you shop online at all? Have you even thought about shopping online? So I ask these questions and I get them talking, right? That's number one, is get them talking about specifically what they're doing. And the reason is so that you can have some good idea for what you can present to them that will be interesting to them. So if they say they never, ever, ever, ever buy office supplies, then don't talk to them about Staples or Office Max or Office Depot, right? That's not going to be valuable to them. The other thing I would highly recommend is the questions that you ask. Make sure you already have a solution in the back of your head. So if you aren't sure what's going on with Staples or Office Max on your shop.com site, then, or if they're even a partner store, which they are, don't ask them that question, because how are you going to provide a solution for a stated challenge that you don't even know if we have a solution for it? So that's why I suggest figuring out, I think these are just some very, very basic questions that you can run with, and I'm going to show you some solutions that go with all of these. So almost every single business owner that I have ever met shops at Staples, Office Max, or Shoplet. These are like three really great stores to buy office supplies. So that's really really cool. If you ask them where they buy their office supplies from, most likely they're going to fall into one of these categories. So let me show you what we have on our site. Shoplet is one of the best kept secrets in my opinion. Actually, Shoplet's specialty stores include office supplies, computer hardware, peripherals, office ink, toning, maintenance equipment. It's basically like an online Staples, but it's 2% cash back and 5% IBV for you. But what I like about it is it's almost everything qualifies for free shipping. And when you're talking about low dollar amount items, so when you're trying to get your website customers to commit to buying their paper online, well, it's not going to matter to them if they're saving a few dollars if they have to tack on $5 to $10 for shipping because of weight and because of their low dollar amount of the order. So what's really cool about Shoplet is there's some free shipping opportunities. OfficeFurniture.com, 2% cashback, 7% IBV. Office Max, 3% cashback, 5% IBV. And Staples Copy and Print Center, 2% cashback and 10% IBV. You guys, getting business cards, getting brochures, getting flyers, getting signage, all of that stuff. That's a huge IBV earner for you. So it's a good incentive for you to recommend this product or this store to your business owners that have websites. StarbucksStore.com, 5% cash back, 4% IBV. I don't know about you guys, but almost everybody that I know that's in a service business or that is in sales meets at Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks to do their appointments or to meet people for the first time or get reacquainted. As unfranchised owners, we do that all the time ourselves. So showing people that they could go ahead and reload their card online and earn cash back for doing that, it's just a no-brainer, right? And by the way, they'll also be alerted when new deals come up. Here are some more specific products and deals that we found at buy.com, which, by the way, is 3% cash back and 4% IBV. So McAfee is one of two major competitors or, internet virus protection security programs. It's really, really well known. You won't have to convince your customers that this is a good product to have for their computers, right? If you went in to Best Buy or any of these stores or Walmart or Target, you easily would pay $69 and $69.99 or more for up to 3 downloads. At buy.com, the business owner would be saving 85% and paying only $10.45 for this McAfee internet protection. You guys, and again, how cool is this? So when I talk about cash back, I don't know. Jason said this the other day. What is better? If you look at this, you basically saved them $70. Excuse me, $50, right? 3% cash back or save $50. What's more exciting to you as a business owner? I think this is huge. Paying for USB cables, HDMI cables, all of that good stuff. Monster cables, $16.99. Guys, don't be spending $70 on this stuff. iPhone cables. Look at this, $3.05. The Apple iPhone and iPod AdPad as well. USB data cable, $3. Are you kidding me? If you went to the Apple store, you'd pay $30 for that. And even if you're buying the cheaper knockoffs, you're still paying $15. But at buy.com, you can get it for $3. So can you see how talking to your business owners about some specific things that might be able to help them cut back on expenses and run their business a little bit more efficiently, how this might be valuable for them and how this would generate a more long-term and ongoing customer for you? On the bottom here, just show them a little bit from proflowers.com. $4.80 cash back, $4.80 cash back, $3.60 cash back, tons of IBV. Business owners send flowers to clients, to customers, to secretaries, to family members all the time. So think about what would be valuable for them and share them specific deals. Here are some more specific products. Cleaning supplies, $5.99, seventh generation. Batteries, $18.99, save 27%. Drugstore.com, 4% cash back, 10% IBV. You guys, I love drugstore.com. I love it more than Atlas for sure. And I love that. Anyway, I love drugstore.com. You should definitely check it out. 20% off of everything that you add to your bag. Stock and save on Pike Roast K cups. I'm sorry, I get a little bit excited. 20% off. You guys, this is stuff that all offices have to buy anyway. Now, if you were to buy all of these things at your local Walmart or your local Target or whatever department store you would buy it from, they would just be spending more money. So if you could show them that they could save time and not have to run to the store, and they could also save money by buying it through you and simply just going through drugstore.com, not only would they earn cash back, but they would save money and get a better deal. They would also save time. That is huge. Next, talk to them in terms of identifying a need for other parts of their business. What about office contests? Do they run contests for their sales force, for their employees, or for their customers? When my husband worked at Yellow Book, they would have these contests every quarter to see who could sell the most new accounts and the most revenue accounts and whatever they needed to do. And whoever would win could win things like a trip or an eye. At the time, it was like an eye touch, and different prizes. Kid materials or whatever. And a lot of times, stores will do this kind of a thing and run a contest for their customers. Customer of the month wins this, or if you add your email to our email list, then you could win a TV at the end of the year, or whatever it is. So some of the reasons that small businesses don't do these contests is because they're not a big yellow page company, or maybe they're not like a huge company that can afford the expense of running those kinds of contests. So what's really cool about shop is we can show them ways where they can do things like that. They can create really cool incentives to get their employees working a little bit harder, or to get their customers to submit an email address. Just give them some creative ways to get people interested in working harder toward their business, because we can save them money to do it. So here's a really, really, really cool store, cheapcaribbean.com. It's 3% cash back and 4% IBV. You guys, take a look at this. 7-night Bermuda cruise from New York, $549. Can you even find a hotel for that long anywhere for $549? Now we're talking about Norwegian Cruise Line, which is a great cruise line. That's actually what we cruise on all the time. We've done the Dawn, we've done the Star, we've done the Norwegian Sky, and it's an incredible service. All of your meals and entertainment. I mean, Broadway quality entertainment. And by the way, you're going to Bermuda, so that's not a bad day either. Check this out. 5 nights with airfare to the Dominican Republic through us, $709. Not only including the 5 nights in the Dominican Republic and all in the all-inclusive package, but also your airfare, right? 4 nights to Montego Bay, 879 with airfare. 4 nights Western Caribbean cruise from Miami, $179. What is that, guys? Like less than $25 a night? Or $30 a night. I mean, this is amazing, you guys. The carnival imagination. So when you're talking to a local business and they would love nothing more than to run some really cool contests with their employees, but they didn't think they could do something like offer a free trip, show them how $179 could get their sales force working a little bit harder. Or simply saying, at the end of 6 months, if we can generate 3,000 new likes on Facebook, we're going to give away a free trip to one of our fans on Facebook. Show them how they can use your website to get their business working a little bit better. Here's some other really cool products that they could raffle off for their sales force or to their customers. $6.99, 55 LCD HD TV. 37-inch, $349. $49 for the Toshiba Blu-ray player. By the way, you guys, when Cyber Monday hits and Black Friday, I guarantee that our website, you're going to be able to find a Blu-ray DVD for like $9.99 to maybe $20, because those kinds of crazy deals are going to be going on. And how cool is that people could take advantage of that and buy these really cool prizes for their business, or even products for their business, like a laptop or different. Maybe they want to buy a TV for when they're doing home shows and they want to be able to show, galleries of different work that they've done. People might use these things on this page as prizes. They might need them to actually run their business more effectively. Here's some more really cool stuff. You guys, this is crazy. I mean, just take a look. Woot.com is a really, really fun store. You can get a whole bunch of really cool and interesting gifts. That's really fun, and people people tend to laugh, which is really good for team building. Guys, I heard these Dyson all floor vacuums are really, really expensive and you can't find them for less than $400. Well, we found them here. Um, at I believe it was Tiger Direct for $199 plus $5 shipping. That's like 50% cheaper. Um, I work at a dance studio, and we have we very, very, very much value our vacuum cleaner because, well, there's 200 dancers with long hair. So we're constantly going through vacuums. So don't think that these are things that people don't need. When the holidays hit and your boss, wants to send home, a free turkey and a bottle of wine, check this out. There's so many options. Same thing, guys. Check out there's just so much stuff. Boscovs.com has a ton of kitchenware. These make really great raffle gifts. And again, depending on where you work, they might even be useful for your business itself. I just love this store, so I had to throw it on there. It's called Old Time Candy. It's 4% cash back and 10% IBV. And what it is candy by the decade. And it's like you can actually go through the decade and find candy that was popular at the time, including the decade um, packaging, which is really, really cool. So if you were like, really into the Garbage Pail Kids in the 80s and those little wax juices, you can go to click on 1980 and find some really cool things like that. Now, this is all really cool stuff that, again, it could be really good raffle stuff. It could be fundraising stuff. It could just be, building team building for your office. I mean, it's just a lot of fun stuff. Now talk to them about shopping smarter, right? So I don't know about you guys, but like I said, shop.com can be very overwhelming. It's enormous. There's so much to sift through, and it can get a little bit overwhelming. So the two ways that I think that you can make this more doable for your website customers where they'll actually consider it are this. Number one, teaching them about price alerts, and number two, leveraging Shop Buddy. So price alerts are huge. You can go through and find any product that you want. So let's say you were looking for you're a contractor and you want to get this 18-volt cordless compact drill and driver kit. All right. What you can do is you can simply click on it and say, let me know if this drops below $225. If this product becomes available below $225, you put your email in right over here and send me information about that right away so that I can buy it. That's really, really cool. And like I said, if you're working within a budget or you know that it's going to go on sale because Black Friday is right around the corner and you don't want to miss a deal, you can teach your customers how they can price watch without having to literally go back and search for products and see if the price is the same, because that can get exhausting and people won't do it. It's just not something that they'll do every day. Look at this, Microsoft Xbox. I don't know why they would need that. However, here it is. Same thing. And here's my favorite, guys, Shop Buddy. In my opinion, Shop Buddy is why it is like the sole reason why we can actually spend time really getting our website customers to shop on our website. I find that before Shop Buddy, one of the biggest obstacles that I ran into was people didn't want to have to go through my site first, right? They found like it was really a hassle to have to go to my shop.com site, look up the store, look up the product, and then be redirected to the store that they were going to go to anyway. So Shop Buddy fixes that. And let's just talk about what it is. Number one, you'll never miss a deal or a valuable coupon with Shop Buddy, because when you download Shop Buddy, it sort of follows you to all of the stores that you're on. So if you went to target.com and you have downloaded Shop Buddy, when you get to target.com, what would happen was Shop Buddy would pop up and it would say, oh, you're at target.com. Here's some really useful deals that you should check out. And here's some really great coupon codes that you don't want to not use because you're at Target. I love that. Number two, Shop Buddy updates your deals daily. So no more needing to go to the hot deals tab and like sift through thousands and thousands of hot deals. Your deals just get updated daily and they follow you to whatever online store you go to. You never miss out on cash back again. You guys, that was another huge thing. If somebody, especially with my website customers, because us as unfranchised owners, we will become as disciplined as we need to make sure that we shop through ourselves, and we'll go through the process of logging in as a preferred customer and then going to the store that we want to go to. Now, if you don't log in as a preferred customer and you don't have Shop Buddy and you go right to proflowers.com, then you're not going to get your cash back, right? And then you as an unfranchised owner would not get the IBV. Well, with Shop Buddy, it follows you around. And if you did go right to proflowers.com, you would be signed in. It would prompt you to be signed in as a preferred customer, which is really great. And all of your deals, coupons, and cashback, and all of your favorite plans, they're all there. They follow you. You don't have to look for anything anymore. You don't have to sign in through shop.com first anymore. It's just there, and I love that. So take a look at it. Let me move this out of the way really quickly. Sorry, hold on one second. Ah, good Lord. All right. So here's shop.com. When you could totally earn, it shows you your cash back right up here. Hold on one second. And here's Shop Buddy. So when you download Shop Buddy, this is what you'll see, and it'll alert you. And you can download it for free, by the way, and it'll alert you on all the coupons and deals. You see how easy it is? You would just click on Shop Buddy, and it would bring you here, and it would prompt you to download this. Now, if you download Shop Buddy on your MacBook and you have a separate computer, you need to download it on both computers. Another quick tip about this is that Shop Buddy is not supported by Safari. So if you are using an Apple computer like a MacBook or an iMac or whatever, you want to make sure that you download Mozilla Firefox or Google Chrome first, because those are supported browsers. I know we're working on it so that we can be supported by Safari, but why wait? Just go ahead and download Firefox. I think Firefox is my favorite. Google Chrome is pretty good too, but Firefox is my preferred browser, and I would recommend that you try that one. I'm sorry, my clicker is like being a little bit funny. So Shopbox is at the top. It saves you money by delivering the best coupons and deals directly to you based on the store that you're browsing. Shop Buddy will let you know of the latest and greatest savings available. See, check it out. If I went to acehardware.com, and I didn't go through shop.com first, Shop Buddy pops up right over here and it tells me, hey, we found 7 active deals and coupons for acehardware.com. Do you want to see the details? What's really nice about this, you guys, is it doesn't just bombard me. It basically just says, we see that you're at acehardware.com. We found 7 deals. Do you want to see them? Yes or no? And you can click on see the details, or you don't have to if you don't want to. Isn't that pretty cool? And then it just scrolls right down. Guys, I think this is brilliant. This makes shopping a lot easier for your website customers to the point where they'll actually do it, right? They're not going to go to shop.com and look through a million hot deals and then sign in as a preferred customer and then go to Ace Hardware and then hopefully they remembered their coupon code. Shop Buddy is like shop.com following them around. It's wicked cool. Take a look at all these deals. 16 deals over here. Gosh, it's amazing. So the next step would be leveraging follow-up, right? Once you've gotten them signed up and you've taught them a little bit about price alerts, you've talked to them about Shop Buddy, and now they're comfortable, you've identified a few stores that you know that they're going to shop at for their business. What you're going to want to do is ask them permission to share more information as deals become aware, or as other stores, things that pop up. One of the things that you'll want to do is you're going to ask them what other stores do they love to shop at, whether it's for their business or for at home. Are you interested in clothing? Do you shop online at all for your shoes or your home goods or whatever? Ask them what kinds of purchases that they like to make so that the info that you send them is info that they're actually going to care about, and so that they don't feel like they're being spammed, right? Remind them that holiday shopping is right around the corner, and that in addition to shopping through your website for their business supplies, they can do that for themselves to save money for their household or to save money with holiday shopping. And again, remind them to download Shop Buddy. In fact, if I were you guys, when you're helping them to sign up as a preferred customer, I would have them download Shop Buddy right away on their main computer, because this way you don't have to worry about whether or not they're signed in or whether or not they're finding the best deals. Shop Buddy is going to do that for you. So take a look at some of my favorite deals for this. So Beyond the Rack is huge. I think it was 3% cash back and 6% IBV. But take a look at some of these deals. You guys, I've been looking for closet systems forever, and I haven't been able to find good ones for like less than a few $100s. This 9-piece Closet Max closet system is only $83. It was almost $40 cheaper right over here. Conventional oven, $199 instead of $399. That's almost $200 cheaper, 50% cheaper. Home Basics tray, $99 instead of $220. Down comforters, men's shirts, watches, all this stuff. I mean, you could see the difference in price, and you could see why never pay retail again is more exciting for a business owner than cash back. Never paying retail and saving 50% is cash back, by the way. Talk to them about, here's some shoe opportunities, shoe metro, 2% cash back, 5% IBV. Another one is shoe dazzle, you guys. Oh my God, I love shoe dazzle. There's always a ton of sales going on, and free shipping, anything over $39. I mean, it's amazing. And as a woman in business, I always am looking for the next trend so that I can, have some great attire for meeting with clients. Some clothing opportunities. I love ASOS.com, ASOS.com. And right now they're actually a featured store on shop.com. And they're offering all kinds of, I think it's 10% extra off of their clearance. They're a store based in the UK, which, by the way, if you're building your business out there, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of opportunities, but just take a look, you guys. 80% off of Laundry by Shel Segal. Texture shimmer dress for only $65 instead of $325. I mean, you guys can see this. Would you agree that most business owners like to dress professionally, or they want to represent themselves, or people in general buy clothing and shoes and things for their home? This is like a no-brainer. The point is I don't show them all of these stores. I don't show them my favorite shopping stores for clothing until I've showed them how they might be able to use shop.com to save money for their business, right? I save this personal shopping stuff for part B, for my follow-up, because I feel like, again, if I can just give them one task at a time, and their first task being identifying just a few stores that might be able to improve their business and they might be able to save money by shopping through me, that's task one. And once they've gotten comfortable with that, I might say, and by the way, you got to check out ASOS, or you got to get to ashwash.com or Illinois or whatever. And I'll talk to them about that, and talk to them about their own household shopping. Eyeglasses, you guys, this is huge. iBuyDirect.com. If I was an eyeglass doctor or an eye doctor or whatever, I would totally be buying all of my inventory from this company. $6.95, RX lenses included. Listen, Jason was telling me about this store, and he buys all of his glasses there, and he used to work for an eye doctor for several years, and he used to sell the $400 glasses with the frames and the lenses. And he said, by far, these glasses are just as good, if not better, for $7. And by the way, the prescription is included. And if you're not sure about if the bifocals are going to fit, or if the measurements are correct, you can just literally look into your webcam and it will measure it for you, and send you the right thing. You just simply put in your prescription, you measure your eye, and then you get your glasses for $7 instead of $400. This is huge. Another really cool thing. Again, I'm just trying to give you guys some ideas of ways that you can build upon that relationship. The more in touch you can stay with the customers, the better off you're going to be, and the more referrals you're going to get, because the more fresh on their mind that you're going to be, and the more rapport you're going to have. So it comes down to this, you guys. The key is not to bombard your customers with shop.com. That is absolutely 100% not the goal. It is too big to just say, hey, check out my site. I have 3,500 partner stores. If you say that to them, they won't shop on your website. That is so overwhelming. And if you said that to me as a consumer, I would not be excited about the fact that you have 3,500 partner stores. I would be scared of you. I would be scared of your website. But if you said to me, where do you buy your office supplies? And I said, okay, well, I do most of my shopping at Staples for my office supplies. I could say, great. I have a website and we have a ton of products, but one of our stores that we're partnered with is staples.com. And I would be happy to show you some ways that you might be able to save money and even earn cash back for buying that stuff anyway. Would you like to sit down? I can show you how. You know how you could see how just by identifying one place, it's way simpler for them, and way more digestible for them to even consider. Your job is to simplify this process by finding out where they shop, by showing them how they could never pay retail again at the one or two stores that they already shop at. Just one or two. Show them how they can earn cash back. Help them download Shop Buddy, sign them up as a preferred customer, build that long-term relationship, and lead that into more rapport, to more website leads, to more shop.com customers, and so much more. You guys, this is a huge opportunity. Holiday shopping is going to be insane. Billions of dollars. JR says it all the time. It's going to be raining buckets of money, and are your buckets out? If you are looking for a way to get more customers or gain more traction, I highly recommend that you try this technique of simply identifying the need and just positioning yourself as an internet entrepreneur with your customers or even your potential customers, and making that delicate transition the way that we've suggested. So thank you so much for your time tonight. If you guys have any questions, I'm going to remain on the line and answer them. And if not, have a great night, and we'll see you next week.